Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to the cruise, Amigos, live from London. Actually, man, we're live from everywhere this weekend. I'm Chillie Falls. I'm down in Forest, Virginia, and down there, uh, down anyway, he's underneath me, at least on my screen. That's John Reitmeyer. He's up there in Crookston, Minnesota. And then our friend Martin, who's next to me, is live from the Anthem in the Seas. Take it away, Martin.
Well, guys, here we are, and we did say we would bring this live to you today. And we are live on Royal Caribbean's Anthem of the Seas, the first time this ship has sailed with passengers on board in 16 months.
Oh,
16
man.
months, guys. Wow. And I'll tell you the welcome, as soon as we walked on board this ship, family, it was like, welcome on board, welcome back, welcome home. And it was amazing. It really was amazing to see the staff are so made up to see us back on board. And it's, yes, we're here. And I don't know if you know, but my last little ditty, I ended on MSC's Virtuosa at Robbie the Robot Bar. And surprisingly, this evening, just in the background there, is Royal Caribbean's Robot Bar. So I thought we'd start where we ended last time. So
Awesome.
we're here. We're on board, and it's fabulous. I mean, for those that look, I need to get. I'm a scruff. I've run down after having a couple of gin and tonics, threw my clothes on in my evening outfit, left my mum in the cabin getting ready with a scooter, which is another story which I'll tell you about in a little while. And she's getting ready, and I'm just like here with you guys. And do you know what, guys? If you want to know anything about Anthem, ask away now. Even if it's afterwards, we'll be bringing you lots of videos. And I know the guys left that way, and down below. Don't mind me saying, but Martin's Holiday Village is where the videos will come live from for the next 2 days. So, guys, how are you anyway? So, I'm fabulous because I'm on a cruise ship.
Well, this is great. I mean, this is another huge weekend for the cruise industry because there's stuff going on. I mean, literally everywhere. You got two Carnival ships going today, or one went yesterday, one going today to get them started. You sailed yesterday on Anthem of the Seas up there. Of course, Freedom of the Seas sailed Friday. It's just so exciting and able to talk to people all over the place. But now I have to ask you a serious question, Martin. I understand a damn rumor. I had this bird flew into my coop and said that you got your mother stoned out of her tree on martinis. Is that true?
Well, I'll tell you the story. So, I don't know if anybody knows, but Royal Caribbean are doing something different. Other cruise lines, you have a lateral flow test at the terminal to make sure you're negative. But Royal Caribbean are asking you to go and have a test within 3 days before departure. So we did all that as we were asked to. My mum's test came back negative, no problems. Well, up until we got on board, I still haven't had my test results back. So what we had to do was get to the port, have another test, and wait, which was great, not a problem. But what happened, I don't know if you've been following me today, but I had my test, walked out the door, and there was a fire alarm in the terminal. So everybody was escorted out. So you can imagine we're already stressed out anyway. My mum's going, well, the girls through a no who they've met, I'm going with the girls, even if you're not going, so you can stay on land and I'm going on my own. It's like, okay, Mum, yeah, you can go. So we're already all stressed out. An hour and a half later, we eventually got a negative test and got on board. So it's like, what do you do when you get on a cruise ship? What's the first thing after dumping your luggage? Where'd you go? The bar. Yeah, it's got to be the bar. And, you know, these guys behind the bar, they don't measure the drinks, do they? They are free pour. So I've been on gin and tonics, a Tanqueray and tonic. Other gin brands are available. My mother's been on Smirnoff and tonics, and she's like that, driving the scooter. She's like, oh, well, which way am I going? I'm like, we're going to end up getting kicked off somewhere between here and the Isle of Wight, and we've only been going an hour. So, but yeah, she's had a few. So I've left her in the cabin doing a glad rags and getting ready, and then we're going to go for dinner about 7:45. So it's my mum's first cruise. She's never... 4, 5-ish, whatever. But, you know, but my mum's she's never cruised. She's a virgin cruiser. She's 68 years of age. Oh. Never set foot on a ship. And last night, we drove down last night to Southampton. And I thought, right, we'll get to the hotel. And I said, come on, we'll go and have a look. The ship's in port because it was staying last night in Southampton. We drove round the corner, and if you can imagine if you've seen the back of Anthem of the Seas, and her words were, she just went, "Oh my
God,
how big's that?" And she went, "How big is it?" I said, "Oh, it's only about 18, 19 decks." She was like, "What?" And what she's got a scooter. She's having a fabulous time, and she's loving it. So, I mean, guys, if you've got anything you want to ask while I'm here, we might do like we did last time. I think we'll do a little bit of a tour around as well. Shall we do that one as well?
Yeah, because so everybody will know, Martin's only got about 30 minutes until he's got to take off. So we'll let him do his thing. And yeah, if you want to do a little tour around, I will say hello to Jack and Emily and Jackie in the audience. You know, they're chatting away. So yeah, if you want to do a tour, rock and roll. Whoops. Uh-oh, we lost you.
where'd he go? Where'd he go?
Uh-oh, I hope he doesn't. He must have hit the button and went out. I hope he knows that.
Oh yes, he'll see it. He'll see it. If not, I've got a martini story to tell you anyway. So we got her covered. But so
Yeah,
I see Emily. Yes, it's 4th of July in America. Of course, the people over in England, they must think of this as kind of a sad day, right? Do they?
There's Katie too.
Katie, hey Katie, Jackie, Emily, Jack, and a company called StreamYard is with us.
Oh,
Well, good.
there's Martin back. Let me get him back in.
Good.
Yeah,
Here we
there
go.
you go, Martin. We lost you there for a minute.
I told you I'd had a couple of gins, didn't I? I pressed the button.
All right, we'll let you start your tour.
Well, I mean, do you guys want to know anything? Yeah, it's a bit like that. It's like that, John, you know. And I think the boat's rocking. It's not really. It's me. I've had a few gins, but no, I'm all right. I'm so.
Did they do over there? Everybody that's on board is vaccinated. Is that correct?
Yeah. So everybody had to be double vaccinated, and you had to have a negative test to get on board.
Okay.
Now, Royal Caribbean paid for them tests with everybody. Now,
Nice.
There's a bit of a hoo-ha where people didn't get it in time, didn't get the tests or got inconclusive tests. But they put Plan B in place, and at the terminal was the way to get tested. And literally within half an hour, you'd have your test on the ship, away you go. So, but I must admit, I was sat there in the departure lounge, and my mum's got a negative test. I'm sat there and I'm going, you do realise if I get a negative test, I am going to have a right tantrum in this departure lounge because I can't get on that ship. And she went, I've known you for 47 years, Martin, and I bet you would as well, but I'll tell you, I'll just slap your ass. Sorry, didn't mean to swear. Well,
No, ass is not swearing.
Yeah,
is
no,
it not? Okay.
no, that's just another word for a donkey.
Even Emily uses that word. So
Yes,
I'd say-
Emily will say ass also.
that's an
And
Emily approved word.
I said about Emily, she has a nice. Oh, never mind. That's politically
Well,
incorrect.
I'd say Britishism, but that's good old our little Emma Cruises does Britishisms, doesn't she? Bless her. So, and I believe she's on the Silhouette at the moment, isn't she?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know whether is she trying to come live to us? Or?
Well, we don't know. They're going to try because we've got Sue Bryant is there, Emma's there. We got a bunch of Adam Colt is there. I got a bunch of friends on the Silhouette too. So,
well, we should get a connection off one of them, shouldn't we?
yeah,
That's right.
how many passengers are on this cruise?
We've got, I think it's 600, and it's made up of travel agents, also NHS staff, which is our healthcare provider over here, and also Royal Caribbean staff as well. And it's what they call a simulation cruise. So it's a shakedown cruise for the crew to get used to all the new protocols without having the fare-paying passengers on. So if anything does go wrong, we can't really complain, can we?
No.
Well, I think one of the most interesting things that's happened so far, Freedom of the Seas was the first ship not only to sail from the States with passengers, but it's from Florida with that conundrum between the CDC and Royal Caribbean and the state of Florida. So they passed a law that says that Royal Caribbean can't ask if you're vaccinated. They can't require everybody to be vaccinated. As it turned out, so Royal Caribbean got around it the way they worded things, and it ended up that they have 93% of the passengers are vaccinated. So despite the state trying to keep them from doing that, Royal Caribbean smart enough to have ended up what they wanted anyway, with 93% vaccinated on board.
I think it's a hard one, isn't it? Because how can you discriminate against people who aren't vaccinated for their own reasons? But then you want the ship to be safe, because the media in February, March 2020 literally ripped the jugular out of the cruise industry. They really did. And all it takes now is one little thing to go wrong and they will jump on it. So they want to be really hot. Now, what they're doing over here, I'm hoping it changes, because I don't see the point in having to do a test 3 days before at a test centre and wait for those results when it could potentially be done at the port, which is what they've done today. So I'm hoping that maybe that may change because of the issues they've had, because it wasn't just one, it was hundreds of people that had inconclusive tests or not had them in time. So, where the other cruise lines are doing it in a test, a lateral flow, and away you go. So, but at the end of the day, it's health and safety is number one at the moment. Make sure everybody's safe.
Yep.
And, over here in the UK, 19th of July is our Freedom Day, supposedly, and a lot of our restrictions should be lifted, and they're going to go to a more cautious approach and more responsibilities on us about where you wear masks and where you don't, things like that. Is it a good move? I think it is. We need our freedoms back. But I think it's going to be hard because it's pushing back on people. Will it cause issues? I don't know. We just need to get back to normality. And we are, as you can see, I know you guys have not been able to experience a cruise yet. I'm sure you will very, very, very shortly. I'm sure we'll get you there. I mean, we'll have to do Alaska. We'll have to do a cruise Amigos from Alaska.
No, that would be great for me. I'd love it.
It would. But,
Nikki,
John,
by the way, Nikki says that she loved the picture of you and Mum with the gin and tonics.
No, it had to be done. It had to be done. So, my thing is, as soon as you get on, dump your case, get the bar.
Yes.
Simple as Chile. Chile's bar. It's the law. It is the law. I mean, John, you're the same. I bet you get on board and it's a cocktail or.
Up to now in my life, of course, that was just the kind of the official ritual that said, I'm throwing away my old life for a few days. This is my new life for a few days. Of course, absolutely. That's what you do. No, it's wonderful, wonderful.
My mum's words were, "You're on holiday. You're on holiday, so have a drink." I said, "But Mum, it's 6:30 in the morning."
But what we got to do, what we can do is we can put Chili on a train from where he is to where I am. The Amtrak goes right through my town. Okay. He can stop here and refresh himself and just take a day or two. Then from here, we can take the train right to Seattle. So we can get Chili on a boat without an airplane.
Yeah.
Wow.
That'd be cool.
And then or we can drive my motorhome from here. And then so we can get Chili on an Alaska cruise without having to put him on an airplane.
Wow.
That solves one oxygen problem.
Yeah. And I mean, I got a big motorhome. We can have a lot of tanks on board if you want. We can have as many oxygen tanks as you want. So,
couple quick comments. Jack down in Texas says my cruise booking January 14th from Miami to Bahamas. NCL Pearl, February 23rd from Galveston to Mexico on RCL, and Adventure of the Seas, December 11th, 22 from Port Canaveral to Mexico on the Prima. Nice. That's
Jack,
awesome.
Thanks for dressing up today, Jack. We appreciate it. You notice I got on a special shirt. Can you see? This is just for those that are drinking martinis today. A little disappointment on the part of 007.
This is stirred. Shaken, not stirred.
Stirred. Shaken, not stirred. Yes.
All right, Michael Philippus. I might have said that wrong. We just returned home from the Viking Sky and their first week-long Iceland cruise. Right. Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, jealous.
470 passengers out of 930 capacity. Daily saliva tests, wearable trackers. It was a great trip. Boy, I love that.
Wow, Michael.
Nikki
that's
says,
it.
thanks. We're getting our supplies and prepping, hoping Elsa takes a turn away. Yeah, those of you from over and outside, we're dealing with a hurricane that downgraded to a tropical storm. It's currently over Jamaica. No telling what's going to happen here tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, but we're watching it.
What I haven't said, guys, is what is today? It's 4th of July. It's Independence Day.
Today's 4th of July. It's our Independence Day. We got our independence from you, Martin.
What, me personally?
Oh, absolutely.
It's all your fault.
Isn't that what it says in my history book? I got it here someplace. I have a history. I'm sure it says that we got our independence from Martin.
It's a Martin-free day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, written in stone, but do you know what? Happy Independence Day. I know you guys have fireworks and things, and I'm on just for Independence Day, I'm on a Royal Caribbean ship, which is an American ship. So isn't that quite apt? You couldn't write it, could you? It came so well at the right time. So, John,
the lesson to be learned here, though, is back then it seemed that countries kind of had went to war and things, but when it was over, they got together, and look at what great things have happened since 1776 or since World War II, when Germany, Japan, Italy, all other things went on. This is what we have to learn now: is that yes, we're going to have disagreements. Yes, we're really angry with each other, but when it's over, it's got to be over, and we got to get back to great economy, great friendships, great socialization, great ships. People can get on ships. I want to go see Dubai. I want to go see the pyramids. Why? There's a lot of times when ships can't call in Egypt because there's something going on politically. We got to throw that away, and we got to get back to the fact that we are all citizens here, and we got to just do it as family and friends. So that's my rant.
Dubai, John. What about MSC Europa?
Well, it's coming. That's what I'm saying. These are some great things that are happening now that these new ports are opening, like Dubai is opening, and you're going to be able to see and experience and touch and feel. When I went to Israel 20 years ago, I didn't just go to Israel. I got to spend time with the Palestinians. I got to eat Yemeni food. I didn't know that Yemeni food was different than Middle Eastern food. I thought it was you grab 5 spices and you got maybe. All of a sudden, I'm eating Yemeni food one day and I'm going, this is unbelievable. And there's all those unbelievable moments that we can experience, all around the world. So, and you get to do it.
You do on a ship. It's a hotel that sails with you, and you can experience a different port every day or every couple of days, and experience life, the Spice Trail, you name it. There's something there. Well, should we have a little wander around? What do you think? Should we have a little, as I call it, and I think I said this last time, I call it our J. McDonald mince about. So we'll have a little mince about the ship and see what's going on. So I'm going to have to put my mask on, because obviously you have to wear your mask moving around. So, and actually it looks better, doesn't it? You can't see my face. I look very young with it on. Right, so let's have
that kind of reminds me of when I was robbing banks. Oh, I'm not supposed to say that on the air.
Is that where you got your money from, was it?
Oh yeah.
Right, so I'm gonna swivel you at the moment. Excuse me for saying that. In England, that means quite a lot. So we will. Can I swivel? I'm sure I can actually. Camera.
Yeah, it should work. You should flip the camera.
There we go. Back camera. That's done.
There.
There we go.
Yeah.
So there we go. Oh, actually, it's working. So let's have a little look. This is the robot bar, or robotic bar, working away. Well, we've got sound effects as well. Just going to make a drink. You turned out very well, guys, actually. Like, look at all these different spirits. Look at all that. What's it getting? Seems to be getting a Malibu, I think. Or double Malibu. That's a double, that one. Don't know how far in I can get. I'm putting all the syrups in. Oh, look, he's shaking away.
We got John mixing drinks now.
And then, how fabulous is that? So yes, that's really the robot bar. I'm gonna have a little.
Uh-oh, did we freeze up?
He's in motion, you know.
We may have frozen up. If you can hear us, Martin.
He's switching from one end.
There you are. You're back.
Good old shore excursions. Not that we are getting off, because we can't get off. We're doing two days at sea. So we've got the art gallery over there. Hi, evening. And then we come down onto like the Promenade area. Got a little bit of live music in boleros. Having a little. And then we've got the shopping area. I do love a bit of live music of an evening when you're getting ready and just getting ready to see what's going on. We got La Patisserie. Let's have a look. John, I'm sure you like, I know you can't at the moment and you've been doing your little bit, but look at those cakes. Hi guys, evening. You're live on Facebook, say hi. Oh, no, it's not Facebook, it's Cruise Amigos.
Pain, agony. Oh,
lemon macaroons. I could tell you a little story about macaroons, but that's somewhere else. We've got the infamous Cafe Promenade. Now, the Cafe Promenade is on every Royal Caribbean ship, and that is open 24/7. You can get a pie, you can get a sandwich, you can get coffee, you know, so that's quite nice. We've then got the Brass and Bock, the pub. That's all open there as well. If you want some nice jewellery. So, evening, ladies. So, well, I love my mince around. It's a great little thing to do. You got the shopping area.
Wonderful.
I'm just going to go down here.
Emily, I agree with you.
What's that?
No, Emily was making a comment about how good the pastries looked.
The desserts,
delicious.
They look lush. I could just sit there all day. So you got
what actually are the rules for masking?
When you say masking, what do you mean?
Yeah, what are the rules? When do you have to wear it, and when can you not wear it?
So you should be wearing your mask anytime you're moving around the ship, indoors. Okay. We're just going to go into the music hall as we're walking along. So there'll be music, live music in here later on this evening, and that's on 2 levels. So, but your mask should be worn indoors. Very quiet in here. You don't have to wear your mask when you're eating or drinking. And if you're outside, as long as you can socially distance outside, you don't have to wear your mask out there either. So it's a little bit nice, relaxed, and you don't have to wear them at certain times. Exemptions are a funny one if you are exempt from wearing one. I think it's very hard to get on a ship with being exempt, but I have seen people wearing the exempt lanyards. I don't know if you have that over in the US, but we have these little lanyards that say you're exempt. So this is just like the gallery for shopping. I'm not really a real shop person. Oh, Tom Ford, I do like Tom Ford's
Within 10 seconds, he says, I'm not really a shopper. Oh, look, Tom Ford.
I do like Tom Ford, though. Evening. Can I just nip in for a second just to have a look? We're just live on a show at the moment, so hi, say hi. We're just gonna have a nip into the theatre and show you the theatre, and then we'll come back out because we've booked a show actually for this evening. Evening, hi, you all right?
Am I gonna be on TV?
We're live already.
Are we alive?
Hi, look, we got all the captain. Hi, you all right? Was it?
Captain.
Oh, you're the captain.
Hi.
Oh, Captain Martin.
Boy, that's how awesome is that?
You're live at the moment on Cruise Amigos.
That's great.
How good is it to be back sailing?
Amazing. What to say?
60.
It was long overdue, right?
It is 16 months.
16, yeah.
Long 16 months.
I stopped counting after 1 year.
I'm a travel agent, so I do the other side. And
Right.
it's been so hard. It really has. And it's amazing to have Royal Caribbean back, isn't it? We are back. We are back. You're doing the UK staycations. Are you looking forward to it?
Absolutely.
Right.
I have been here on the Indy for 4 years, so this is a market that I know.
You've been on 4
I
years?
have been captain on the Independence for 4 years.
Oh, Independence is lovely. I love Independence.
Everyone loves Indy.
Oh, and
But I think this one will show something else.
do you know what? I came on Anthem when she first launched, and I had a night on board. I've now got 2 days. I'm loving it. It's amazing. I brought my mum. She's never cruised before. She's 68. She's in the cabin at the moment, waiting to get back on a scooter to experience the ship. She's loving it already. But thank you for coming back and back to the UK. So, guys, this is Captain. Is it Ivan? Eve. Captain Eve. Oh, that's a very short name, Eve. It's very short, that, isn't it? Eve. We'll remember Captain Eve. All I'll say is good luck for the rest of the season and enjoy it. So, thanks for your time, Captain.
You are here to
We'll do the proper. Thanks a lot. You take care. Thank you.
Come on in.
Thank you. Oh, wow. We just met the captain of the ship. How fabulous.
How cool was that?
I know. You couldn't write that, could you? So, and this is I'm not going to stay in long because obviously we're going to go shortly, but here's the theatre. And as you can see, the theatre is got some social distancing for certain aspects, but there's no. I'm going to have a little nip down for a second. Let's have a look. There's not many places where you wouldn't have a good view, I don't think. Hi, you all right? Thank you.
Enjoy the show.
So yeah, absolutely fabulous. That's the theatre. I don't know where we're going to go back. Oh, I'm causing problems. Traffic jam. Oh.
You want to shake my hand?
I can't believe. I seriously can't believe we met the captain of the ship. You'll have to get a still of that one for me, John.
Yeah. I don't know if you can hear me or not, but
I can.
one of the questions was, how was the mustard drill? Did they do the new type of mustard drill on this one?
Yeah, so I can't get out that way. So the mustard drill, you can tell I've got a dodgy hand. The mustard drill was you watch a video, you can watch it on an app on the phone, and then you have to head to your muster station. And what they did then was they just talked you through, are you happy with everything? Do you know how to use a life jacket? You know where you're going to? And then you got a little sticker on your card to say that you'd actually attended the muster station. That was it. I must admit, I think it's a lot better way than they've done previously, where you've got sort of, 3,000-4,000 people heading to different stations and not knowing what's going on. So there's a little bit. What we'll do, guys, I think, I don't want to keep everybody too long because look. Tom
you're
Ford,
up to your 30-minute mark.
It's fine. My mum can wait a few minutes longer. For those in the UK, we've got Coyote's 80s mixtape. They're on board tonight, so they're absolutely fantastic. I saw them on the 80s cruise, absolutely brilliant. But yeah, let's see if we can swivel it around to. Oh, hang on, there we go. So we're back in the music hall for a few moments. Let me just see if I can put the front camera on. Oh, I'm getting dead technical now.
There we go.
There we go. So let me just put my stand on. So that's just a little bit of. Let's see. Oh, that's better.
Just.
Jeez, I've walked God knows how long already. So that is just a little bit of Anthem of the Seas. What I'll do is I will do some videos, and we can probably talk about it next week, maybe.
Sure.
Put something together, or we can have a chat and things. Let me just pop that to the.
All right, a couple of things to do real quickly. Greetings to Lizzie Lou. Travels with Lizzie Lou's with us today.
Oh,
and we lost Martin again. And Jack says that Michael P. that came on that we talked about earlier is a personal friend of his. That's awesome. And Jack, I'll tell you and Michael, if you're still with us, I'd love to get with Michael and do an interview about Iceland. And especially if you've got some pictures and stuff, that would be great. And I don't know if Martin is aware that we lost him or not. So Allison's with us. Allison, good to see you as always, my dear.
Oh, of course.
She's one of our favorite Scottish people. Always like Allison.
Oh, absolutely.
Katie says the question, what was the muster procedure? Yeah, he just was telling us that one, Katie, that it is the new one where you watch it on TV, and then you have to go by your muster station and check in, and they mark it on your card. So a lot better than the old-fashioned mustard.
And why didn't somebody come up with that like 30 years ago?
Oh, yeah. That would have been – I hated that. I skipped it a lot.
And there was never room for everybody. Either
No.
you got there, or somebody was sitting on something. Not that I minded somebody sitting on somebody's lap, but you know what I mean. There was never enough room, or you were standing in rows. I hated it. No.
Well, apparently Martin is. We knew that we were only going to have him for 30 minutes, and apparently he has gone on. So, and that's fine.
Oh, and somebody was asking about trains earlier. Jack, is that the Empire? No, was it Jack saying? Nikki. Yes, the Empire Builder runs from Chicago right through Grand Forks, North Dakota, which is we have land all the way, literally up to the Empire Builder track, and that takes you right out through beautiful North Dakota Badlands, Montana Glacier Park, and ultimately to Seattle, where we can get this guy on a boat. So
there's Martin's back.
Here he is.
Nice.
We thought maybe when you blanked out of that one that you would have gone on, since you had said you were going to be with us about 30 minutes.
No. It's just cut out. So you said you had a question. Was it from Lizzie Lou or?
No, the question was about the muster drill, and you answered that.
I loved it. It was so easy.
I do have a question. How are you expecting? You're going to eat in the formal dining room tonight?
Yeah.
And how are they doing that? I mean, is it are they seating you close together? Are you a little more separated? Are they serving formally? How does that go?
Well, I believe that everybody's on a my time dining at the moment, so you just go when you want. So that sort of creates that little bit of space as well. I've not been in yet, so I will report back for next week and tell everybody how that's working. And also, like for solos as well, I'll ask the question about are they allowing solos to sit together and things like that.
Good.
But if it's anything like the Virtuoso, you could sit in your own little bubble. But we've got friends from our company that we're going to sit with this evening because we're all negative. But the thing is, we're all negative, so why can't you sit with other people on the table?
Yeah.
It's a bit of a funny one, isn't it? I know what they're doing, but I will report back. Can you make a note of that for me, John, for next week?
Yep.
And we will report back on that one, definitely. So anything else you want to know, or anything you want me to report back on next week?
Just have a great time, man. We are vicariously living through you. You know that, right?
Just
now, right?
report back on how drunk you got Mum. That's what I want to know.
Listen, she said to me when we got back to cabin, she went, I'm going to have a soft drink when we go for dinner because I don't think I can drink anymore. I should have had shandy. I'm like, Mum, just get hammered. Get hammered. It's 2 days. You can sober up on Tuesday. But no, I mean, guys, I love bringing it to everybody. You know, some people can't experience it like you guys at the moment, and it's about bringing that to life, about what life is like cruising. You know, I am very privileged, and I do appreciate Royal Caribbean and other cruise lines that have brought me on board. Some of them, I'll be honest, guys, a couple of them are like little travel agent trips, but quite a few of them we are paying for as travel agents. That's me personally, because I want to see what things are and bring it out to people. So, you know, but it's good. I hope you get some of the other guys on from Silhouette or any of the other ships.
Well, we
Right.
haven't seen them yet, but and we knew because everybody's having trouble with Wi-Fi signals today because everybody's on a cruise with media people and they're using up the band space. So it's and I understand what they're going through,
Of course.
but
Yeah.
we'll see.
I mean, listen, guys, if you do get any questions after the show, because I am going to head, I'll have to pick Mum up again because
Okay.
she'll probably be sat in the corridor outside the cabin on a scooter going, where is he? But either that or she'll have a drink in a bar somewhere and I won't find her till Tuesday anyway. But if you've got, I mean, this is the first time I've not been on holiday with my mum since I was 11. I'm 47 this year. I'm 47. And
That's just fabulous.
Oh.
Take it from an old grandpa. That is so good. That is wonderful. I'm
It is
tickled
really
pink for you.
Man.
well, she will come. I'm sure she'll come on, or we'll get a little video for next week from her.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll get her when she's drunk. But listen,
That'd be fun.
If you get any questions, then do please, just
We'll let you know.
send them to me, and I'll make sure we answer them for next week's show. But guys, for everybody who's listening in, thank you. I'm so privileged to be able to bring this to you, and I'm happy to do it. And for the Cruise Amigos, we're just a group of guys that enjoy travel, and on cruises. So I'm going to love you and leave you because I'm going to be in trouble otherwise. Plus, as well, I'm getting a bit dry around the throat. I need a
Go
gin.
for it. Have a great cruise. We'll
Guys,
see you next week.
Love you to bits, and I'll see you next week. Take
All
care.
right.
Bye.
Thanks, Martin.
Bye.
Okay.
Wow.
Couple
Wow.
things to catch up on. Jack says that he's known Michael for 40 plus years. He and his wife are avid cruisers. And
Wow.
Michael pops in and says, I have lots of pictures from Iceland. It was actually sunny on most days compared to the forecasted rain. And Michael, you and I need to get together.
Yeah,
That would be cool because we can do a video, a live stream, or do something. Because your cruise that you went on is one of them that if I could travel right now, which I can't because of this stupid thing, but if I could travel, that's one that I might have jumped at was the Iceland cruise. So, and it's great to have you in the Cruise Amigo family now. That's
absolutely
awesome.
Absolutely. Thank you. This is what isn't it funny how we throw things together, we just trust that they're going to work. And look what we've already been doing. I mean, we met the captain on Anthem of the Seas. We could have, what it's like. I know what you've done. You sit there and you make phone calls and you say, is there possible? Oh no, we can't do that. We cannot arrange for things. And all of a sudden we're walking into a theater and we get an opportunity to spend a minute with the captain of literally, if not the biggest, one of the biggest
Cruise ships,
people ships in the world. And what a friendly guy. And, we have that. So lots of fun. And yet things just happen to come our way. And we are so thankful for it. So
now I have a train question for you, John.
Oh, a train question. Yes.
I am my farm in here, Forest, Virginia. I'm about 0.4 of a mile from the railroad tracks.
From the tracks. Okay.
Yeah. Now in Forest, the mega mania city of Forest, Virginia, which is a suburb of Lynchburg.
Yes.
Okay. It used to be, if I wanted to ride the train, I was born and raised in Roanoke, which is about an hour away.
Right.
If I wanted to ride the train from when my grandparents had the farm, back to Roanoke to home, they drive down, 0.4 of a mile down to the Forest train station, and you hung out a little red flag, and the train came through and saw the red flag and slammed on the brakes and stopped so you could get on the train here in Forest. Now, if up there in Minnesota, do they have to get out there with the red flag to stop that train going to Seattle?
Well, not quite. They have technology, but there are stops across Minnesota, North Dakota, and even Montana where they will or will not stop based on if there are people that are there at the time. So the train, although they always will pull in and they'll go quite slow, and they have this double hook system. I don't know if you've seen that maybe on some videos. Maybe I'll get a YouTube video where they can hang a bag and the train will kind of hook it with another bag of other information and things. But yes, they will not. They will bypass a stop if it's the middle of the night and nobody's getting on or off. But they stop in Grand Forks. Grand Forks is a definitive stop. Fargo is a definitive stop. But then as they go west out of Grand Forks, not always, because some of the stops are literally just a phone booth out on the prairie, and they're not even hardly manned unless they know somebody's jumping in or out. But Amtrak is a wonderful, it's just a wonderful way to travel out here. I'm sad that the federal government doesn't see the value in expanding it. They talk about it. They talk a mean story, and then nothing ever happens. And that's my political statement, but I'm sad. I know they do a lot in the Eastern Corridor, and that's wonderful. But
Jack just pointed out that I can catch Amtrak to Miami as well, and that I'm well aware of. Matter of fact, back in my days in the actually before the funnel cake business, when I was a wholesale florist, I supplied flowers to florists all over the state of Virginia. And one of my salesmen left me and went to work as a waiter on Amtrak from someplace over near Richmond, that they caught it, all the way to Miami and back. That was his job as a waiter in the dining car. Yep. And he made a ton of money. And the last I saw of Dexter, his name was Dexter, has been probably 7 or 8 years ago, and he's still working for Amtrak. And that's been, 30 years ago, 30 years ago, because I was in the funnel cake business for 22 years.
Now, for us, like getting on in Grand Forks, it's in the middle of the night. And but when we get to Minneapolis, that's when you get on Amtrak's own tracks. Once you leave Minneapolis, you get out here, you're on the hauling grain and oil and everything tracks, and they're not so nice. But that's my joke is once I get to Minneapolis, that's when breakfast comes, and you get breakfast, and after that, it's like you're on an air cushion ride all the way to Chicago because you're on Amtrak's own track from that point. So. Yeah. So, but I've gone from here to New York and back, I don't know how many times, and really, really like it. And I'm thinking that's why I'm getting back. If I do this run this fall from, the Epic from Rome to New York, if I'm really going to be on that ship, which I still think Pete's going to pay me, I still think Pete going to owe me that big expensive bottle of wine. Uh-huh. But if it does happen and I do go, I think that I'm going to jump from the Epic, disembark, 5 minutes over, catch the Amtrak, and take that back at least to Chicago, and stay away from JFK, and stay away from airplanes and everything out there in New York and all that kind of stuff.
All right. Now I have, just in case today I had problems with getting any signal, I had stuff to fall back on. And one of the things that I have that I just got today was Norwegian's current when's the ship going to start sailing list.
Right.
And this is officially from Norwegian, because, they've been absent in a lot of this discussion with Carnival and Royal Caribbean and Celebrity and all these other cruise lines. Norwegian's been terribly silent.
Singing their own song, for sure.
All right. As of this morning, Norwegian Jade is sailing on July 25th. This is the first sailing now of any Norwegian ship.
And is that a practice one then? That's money.
They're going to start with practice. All of these will be practices at this time. The Jade from that's over in Athens in Greece. The Encore in Seattle, August the 7th. The Gem, August the 15th out of Miami. The Epic, September 5th. Out of Barcelona. The Getaway, September 13th out of Civitavecchia, which that's Rome. The Breakaway is the September 26th out of New York. The Bliss, the 24th out of LA. The Escape, November 13th out of Port Canaveral. The Joy, November 20th out of Miami. Pride of America, not sailing until November 27th out of Honolulu, which
Isn't it?
that one really surprised me. The
Yeah.
Dawn, December 8th from Tampa. The Pearl, December 23rd from Miami. The Star, January 16th, Buenos Aires. The Jewel, January 20th, is going to be based now in Panama, which surprised me.
Wow.
The Sky, January 24th from Miami. And the Sun isn't sailing until January 28th from Hong Kong.
And really, that's not even sailing. That's your practice runs.
Yeah, that's the practice runs to get them started again. So
I may be getting that bottle of hooch from Pete yet.
yeah, it's possible.
Because I don't I get at some point I'm going to be down to the have to pay the money here, and I guess I'm going to put that to my you guys, my friends, and what should I do? Because I'm still relatively concerned. Between my surgery and that I'm completely virus free at this time, is it really worth getting on an airplane and getting to Rome and then getting from Rome to the port? And then of course, I don't mind the Epic coming all the way back to New York. That's me and the Epic are your buds. But it's again, getting off the Epic in New York and having to get back home. That's my concerns. It's getting to the Epic and getting back home from the Epic that are my concerns, not Norwegian or the Epic itself. I have no concern about that.
I would also just like to add into this, folks, because I know we haven't talked about it. I just got to say, John, of course, I've been thinking about you a lot this week, and you look absolutely wonderful, and you sound wonderful.
I'm a different person, and I don't know why, if that makes any sense. But man, Tuesday was quite a day, and they know that I don't wake up from anesthesia well. That's a historical thing with me. So Wednesday was a real slow day. Thursday, finally, I think I talked to you about Friday. And but thank you. I'm feeling real good. I mean, there was so many prayers and nice comments, and I value every one of them. And it's going to be a new world for me. But the joke is that my entire meal at any one time just about fits into here. And that's how it will be for some months. So, but I'm excited, and just because I want to go cruising more. I want to be out there. I want to be doing the things. And the doctors said that if I do this, that they said that there's a good chance that I can keep going and do it. And we only live once in this life, and I want to bite off a little more. So thank you so much, my friend. So,
well, we're certainly glad that things are looking up for you, and I hope you can cruise a lot.
Well, we got to do it together. We got to do it
every year. So yeah, that's what we hope for.
We got to have at least one picture where you and I are holding Pete over the balcony.
Oh yeah,
deciding whether we're going to let him go or not. We got it.
Absolutely.
One of those.
And chances are we'll slip, but that's neither here nor there.
Totally on accident. But yeah.
Lizzie Lou says she can't wait to board Anthem of the Seas on the 29th of August. Awesome.
By the way, you guys, if you just to get a scale of how big the Anthem is, if you go to the main dining room, you can do this on the Epic too. The Anthem and the Epic are about the same width. And get a corner table. Get in the very far corner. And I don't know if you know, but if you look across, then that's one of the places in the ship where you can see all the way across. And do you know how far it is from your table to the other windows?
It's like 100 yards, it looks like.
Oh, no. Yeah, 100, but it's 180 feet, and that's over a half a city block.
Yeah.
It's just, there's a few moments when you really can get the scale, and that's one of them. I always sit on the Epic. I have my seat for dinner every night in the same chair, and that's one of the reasons I sit there, because it doesn't matter how many times I've been there. Every time, at least once during the meal, I look across and I go, I am on something that human beings have made that is floating on the ocean. And the other side of it is over there.
Yeah.
Just 180 feet. And mark it off. Go take a walk sometime. That's 60 long man steps, or yeah. I guess it would be about 80 long, typical lady, 5'5" lady steps. If you're 5 foot tall, it would be about 80 of your steps. That's the width of the ship. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Allison says it'll be fantastic to see Norwegian ships back again. I totally agree, Allison. I've been watching daily just to try to find out something from Norwegian, because Norwegian had become a real favorite of mine. As a matter of fact, the Norwegian Sun, I like the Sun a lot. Nice small ship. I love the hell out of that. Katie says, my grandfather was an engineer on the New York Central Railroad. Wow. I've enjoyed talking about railroads a little bit today. That's not a normal topic that we talk about here. And since I'm dealing more now in travel as opposed to just purely cruises, one of the things I've been looking at is Amtrak. And that's obviously, for me to travel in the near term, when I know I can't go to a cruise ship yet, because cruise ships are not allowing oxygen folks on again for now. I realize that's going to change, but at least for now, they're not allowing anybody with oxygen on. But there's a possibility I could take a train like to DC and tour some accessible places in DC or something like that, do some videos from there. I don't know, I'm just that, but that's one of the things I'm looking at is Amtrak.
You're where I can go as a disabled person shows are really great, Chili. I mean, because it's not necessarily that I'm getting less than I'm one of the few people that 5 years ago I had to have a walker to get to the bathroom, and now just through the grace of God, I'm an abled person again, but I have friends that are not. And so you have great shows of showing that, you can go to the faces at Mount Rushmore and you can have the full experience, even if you're in a scooter.
And, I've always, the last time I was there, I enjoyed going up to see Millard Fillmore. That's one of the faces, right? Millard Fillmore.
No, and he's not one of the faces.
And John Tyler Moore. Oh, it's Mary Tyler Moore.
Mary's husband is in the back. If you
Ralph.
go in the back. Yeah, Ralph. Yeah. Cramden. but seriously,
Millard Fillmore's not on Mount Rushmore.
No.
Seriously?
Washington.
Who was the one with the big nose?
They all got. That's funny. No. The only, if you think about it, it's Washington, Lincoln, Jefferson, of course, would have to be. Yeah. And then they put the guy that was president at the time on so they could get the money.
Trump.
No, that's the maintenance guy. I don't mean maintenance like cleaning up. I mean, that's to keep the faces up there, maintaining guy. But no, it's not Trump. It's Hoover, isn't it? It's Hoover. Is the fourth one. It ain't Fillmore. It ain't any of the other ones. You go to see George and Abe and Tom. That's why you're there. And it is awesome. And see, you and I know this, but not that you don't know it, but it has changed so much from when I was first there. That's the first vacation that we took as my parents, when we got rid of the pigs here. I've told that story about how the government came and cleaned out the pigs in the area. And then that was the first, away from the lakes that are 20 miles away vacation my parents took. So when I was 10, it would have been in 61, going to Mount Rushmore. It was so different. You literally walked up to the bottom. You looked up their noses then. Now it's completely.
Yeah, you got to be back a couple miles.
A ways, and it's all. Yeah. But the change, I've seen it in three phases. I've seen it when it was just literally a stop along the road. And then the first time the government tried to kind of make it pretty neat. And now the way they've got it with the walk of presidents and all the different things you can experience there, just a wonderful, wonderful thing. So again, places that we all should see within the country. Somebody here in the chat was talking about land cruises, and definitely things that we all need to do within our country. And we're talking about them here on the 4th of July. So
yeah, absolutely. Some of you will soon find out that some of you know that I've been playing with YouTube Shorts, and exactly how I'm going to do the YouTube shorts because it's bringing me a lot of traffic, which I need. It's bringing me a lot of subscribers to my channel, which clearly helps. But so I decided trying to do a little something today. So I've kind of shifted my focus on the shorts to where they're going to be interesting travel and cruise facts.
Thanks, Michael.
So it's going to be a nice short little fact of interest, which could be land travel, cruise travel, whatever. So I'll probably be posting a lot of those because they're, 20, 30 seconds in length, and I'm getting just tons of traffic from it. So
he's doing great. He's doing great. Life is taking some good turns for us here, and what a year it's been. And but we by the way, it's Teddy Roosevelt that's on the on the thing we've been playing around with.
Michael said that.
Michael, thank you. And I should have known that. Slap me silly but it's been a crazy week for me too. But wow. And we got some rain last night, and it looks like there's some more out there because we are in a major drought here. The crops are ruined in this part of the country for this year. There's nothing to whine about. We know that there will be good years and there will be bad years, but it's a sad time for agriculture right now. This year, I blame it on no one. I don't know about global. I'm not saying I'm not a global warming person. I don't know if I am or not. But I just know that, there will come good times and there will come bad times. But for the agriculture people this year in the Midwest, it's a really, really bad time. And we just hope that next year will be a better time.
And we hope that tomorrow will be a better day.
And a better day.
By the way, folks, those of you that follow our friend Emma,
yes,
I am attired today in honor of Emma. I am wearing my Cookie Monster shirt, and Emma would be proud of me because she's the Cookie Monster herself.
She is.
That's going to wrap us up for this week.
Wow.
Thank you guys all for being with us. We appreciate it. We had fun as always. Join us again next Sunday at the same time, same station. I promise you, John and I will be back, and hopefully Martin will be too, with the report on how drunk he got his mother, which I think that's pretty awesome.
That is not the goal, but to take his mother on a cruise, wow, what a wonderful thing.
That's awesome. All right, Brother John, we'll see you next week. Everybody, thanks for being here. Wait a minute. There, Paul, Emma's dad just popped in.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
Paul.
Paul, it's good to see you. Make sure you tell Emma that I wore a shirt in honor of her.
Much love.
That's fabulous. All right, guys. You guys have a great time. Have a wonderful 4th of July. And if you're in the U.S., if you're on the other side of the pond, whatever y'all do today, have a great time. Everybody, later, y'all.